Welcome back, everyone, to the Duo Dialogues. Today we're diving into something absolutely crucial for IELTS success: building a strong vocabulary.
That's right. And it's not just about using fancy words to impress. It's about being able to communicate effectively across all four IELTS skills: speaking, writing, listening, and even reading.
Exactly, because IELTS examiners are really looking at the range and accuracy of your vocabulary. Using a variety of words precisely can make a real difference in your score.
So our mission today is to give you a solid foundation of vocabulary knowledge and some practical learning strategies that you can actually use to prepare for the IELTS exam.
Sounds good. So, where do we even begin with IELTS vocabulary?
Well, there are some common topics that frequently pop up in the exam.
Like what?
Let's start with education. Words like curriculum.
Right. Curriculum, syllabus.
Exactly. A syllabus is more like a detailed outline for a specific subject or course, whereas a curriculum is broader.
It's like the whole program of study, right?
Yeah. Then you might also come across words like lecture.
Oh, yeah. A formal teaching session and scholarships.
Yes, scholarships, financial aid for students. It's essential to understand the specific meanings of these words in the context of education.
I see. So you're not just memorizing random words, but really understanding how they fit into a conversation about, say, your university experience.
Exactly. And this applies to other topics too.
Like technology.
Right. So technology is another big one. You might see words like innovation,
Innovation, artificial intelligence, or AI.
cybersecurity, which is becoming more and more important.
And the digital era in general.
Absolutely. So being comfortable with these kinds of tech words will definitely help you in the IELTS.
What about something like the environment? I feel like that comes up a lot too.
You're absolutely right. The environment is a hot topic. You'll likely encounter words like pollution, climate change,
Conservation.
renewable energy, all really important concepts in today's world.
Okay, so we've got education, technology, environment. What else?
How about work and business? Think about employment.
Employment, productivity,
Entrepreneurship, which is all about starting new businesses.
and of course the job market itself.
Right. Understanding these terms can help you navigate discussions about career aspirations or economic trends.
Right. So let's say I encounter one of these topics on the IELTS. What are some ways I can level up my vocabulary to impress the examiners?
Instead of saying very good, why not say excellent or outstanding?
Oh, I like that. So instead of using common words, find stronger synonyms.
Exactly. Instead of bad, you could say poor or inadequate.
Those sound much more sophisticated.
And instead of big, think about using enormous or massive.
So instead of small, we could say tiny or compact.
Precisely. And important can become crucial or significant.
Okay, this is helpful. But how do we actually learn and remember all these new words?
Well, one classic method is flashcards.
Flashcards. Do people still use those?
Definitely. And there are great apps now like Anki and Quizlet that make it even easier.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check those out.
You should. Another key strategy is reading.
Reading.
Articles, books, anything in English. And don't just read passively. When you come across a new word, highlight it, look up its meaning, and try to understand how it's used in the sentence.
That makes sense.
Reading in context is so important. It's like learning a word in its natural habitat.
I like that analogy. So it's not just about memorizing definitions, but understanding how words are actually used in real life.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got flashcards and reading. Are there any other tips?
Writing. Actually using new words in your own sentences can really help them stick.
So like keeping a journal or something.
Exactly. Even short entries can be helpful. Or you could try writing emails or even social media posts using new vocabulary.
I never thought about that. And what about speaking? How can we practice using these new words in conversation?
Just try to incorporate them whenever you can. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you use them, the more natural they will become.
That's good advice. But are there any common mistakes we should try to avoid when it comes to vocabulary?
Definitely. One big mistake is memorizing words without actually understanding their meaning.
Yeah, that can backfire, right? You might use a word incorrectly.
Exactly. And don't try to use overly complex words if you're not sure what they mean. It's better to use simpler words correctly than to impress with complex words that are used incorrectly.
It's all about clarity and accuracy.
Right. Another thing to watch out for is collocations.
Collocations.
Yeah. Collocations are words that commonly go together. Like we say, make a decision, not do a decision.
Oh, that's a good point.
Pay attention to how words are naturally paired together in English.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We've explored essential vocabulary for IELTS across various topics, shared practical learning strategies, and even highlighted some common mistakes to avoid.
We hope this deep dive has equipped you with the knowledge and tools you need to boost your IELTS vocabulary and ultimately your confidence on exam day.
Absolutely. And in our next deep dive, we'll be focusing on speaking part 1, specifically how to answer those personal questions effectively.
So if you're preparing for the IELTS, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more episodes.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Duo Dialogues. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you in our next deep dive.